Good morning, YouTube. It's 10 a.m. in the great state of Texas, and apparently we've already started the video. So I don't know what happened in the beginning edit of this video, but I completely lost it. So as you can see here, we're mixing up epoxy. We got some black diamond and some glitter, and we're mixing it up in a 2.5 quart little bowl. And I guess we're going to make an epoxy bowl today out of all of this. So don't know what happened at the beginning of the video, but this is all we got. So you know, you don't come here for the professional editing, that's for sure, on this channel. So get everything mixed up. Going to throw some white mica powder in there, getting everything stirred up. And what we're doing today is a little bit of a larger bowl project. So you guys probably just finished the marathon of my bowl projects, and I decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and make something a little bit larger. So ended up getting one of our larger project bowls, put a big piece of waste block in it. Going to put this in the pressure pot for 4.5 hours and see what happens. What usually happens is I lost the actual bowl itself, so I had to take it out, rip the plastic up, and the casting came out really well on it though. Love how this turns out. You can see for some, actually this was like a blank I made like a month ago, and then ended up not getting to be able to turn it on the lathe for about a month, a little bit longer than that. So that actually sat in the house and cured for like 4 weeks before I actually got to it. So here it is, 4.5 weeks later pretty much. I tried to sand the top of it because it had like a, Leaning Tower of Pisa thing going. Couldn't get it flat, so ended up just sanding it on the floor so I could put the faceplate on there, because you want everything nice and flat and flush. So we're just putting the faceplate on there. You can see this great editing that I'm doing in the video. Doing absolutely awesome. So I finished this project back in September of 2022. You guys are more than likely watching this in February of 2023. So getting that put on the lathe, one of our larger projects that we've done. So everything's nice and square, giving that a good spin before we actually start up the lathe. Because doing the larger projects, they're very similar to doing the smaller projects. The only big difference is that usually with a lot girthier of a blank on the lathe, you get a little bit more wobble, but everything was nice and centered on this one, so we didn't have like a real significant issue. And another thing, I hadn't made a bowl in like basically almost 2 months. It's amazing how when you become an adult, like time just kind of just is all over the place, so you have no concept of it. So I don't know, I want to say it was like 2 months between projects on the bowl. I made like a table, I did some other projects that you guys will probably have already seen, but it felt like I hadn't been in the garage in like basically forever. So like I said, I had this bowl made back in, I think, July, the blank, and then I didn't get to turn it until like September or something, maybe August, who knows. Long story short, I'm glad just to be building something in the garage. So obviously that superficial layer comes off. Now we're just taking the round carbide tool, doing what we usually do, just getting everything nice and even out on the lathe. Not a whole lot of issues here. The bad thing about not doing projects a lot is chip out usually a lot of the time, because I'm just fearful that something's going to come flying off the lathe and hit me in the face. But fun fact, it's almost October when I'm doing this commentary. It's like September 26th or 27th today, and the shavings from this project are still on the garage floor because I've been so busy. So yeah, being an adult, a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, back to the project here, just rambling. Also, fun fact, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this commentary. So, I'm halfway awake, gotta get ready for work, but I thought I'd knock this out since I had a little bit of extra time. So here we are, everything's nice and smooth. Now we're just gonna go ahead and make the mortise like we usually do, taking the parting tool, and then we're gonna hit it with a smaller carbide tool, getting everything nice and even. Great thing about, working on the lathe, once you've done, we've almost done this for 4 years now. By the time you've watched it, I've already done this for 4 years. It's like riding a bike. You never really forget. As long as your tools are sharp, everything usually for the most part just works out. So here we are, going to take the faceplate off. We're going to turn it, reverse it on the chuck, and then we'll be able to go ahead and start the actual gouging part. But this part went out pretty smooth. Not a whole lot of issues with this one. Now we're just going to fix that upper lip of the bowl itself. Make sure that's nice and even. Come back, start eating away at that waste block. And the great thing about using this pine board and letting it like dry out is the fact that that part went really smooth. And you'll see that here in a little bit once I start the actual gouging portion. And now we're just getting everything nice and flat as much as possible, trying to eat away at that waste block, so we can just go ahead and start the actual gouging portion. This part went actually relatively easy, not a whole lot of issues there. And again, lost more footage. It's amazing how I've been doing YouTube for almost 4 years, and like, I don't know what happens to the footage half the time. So you saw there, I had already been gouging, and I guess I didn't press record, which I think that's what happened. I don't think it was the fact that I lost the actual footage. I think it's the fact that my dumbass didn't hit the record button, unfortunately. But here we are, getting really good layers off of it. This part didn't give me any real issues. Once you ate away at the waste block, everything else went pretty smooth. Just coming back between the smaller and medium-sized round carbide tool, getting everything nice and even. Checking on the size of the lip of the bowl. By this time, my big goal was just to finish. This is one of our larger projects that we haven't done in a long time. So my overall goal was just to make sure that, we got something to show for it. Even though we show failure on this channel, I just wanted to get a win in so we can start doing maybe some of these larger projects. So just, again, checking the side of it, being a little bit more aggressive on the side of the bowl, trying to get to a nice depth that we like. And then once the pine board is pretty much gone, you can just pretty much just do like a little bit of closer up edge work, and that's what we're ended up doing here. So by this time, we're pretty much done and just doing a little bit of side cleanup work here. Everything's nice and even. Starting and stopping the lathe, just getting a nice feel for things right now. So boom, there we are. And then here in just a second, we'll start my favorite part, which is the sanding, because you guys know how much I love sanding, right? So this is all the shavings from this one little bowl. And like I said, I have not had time to clean up in the garage because work stuff has got me so busy. And this stuff is still all over my garage, and I really need to clean it up. But this is all the shavings from one bowl. Always amazing how much is left over. But absolutely love it. So here we are, my favorite part, the sanding, obviously. Going up from 340 all the way up to 1500. Then we're going to come back and hit it with a micro mesh. I ended up doing this bowl like stupid early in the morning too on a work day. So yeah, I'm just in there inhaling all that, epoxy. Make sure to wear a respirator, by the way. It helps. So here we are. Now we're starting to wet sanding. You can start to see a lot of that, shine pop out. And now we're going to hit it with some wood wax. And we're just going to wax it up here. Get everything nice, smooth, and even. You can really see what this looks like once you polish it all up, which, looks pretty amazing. I love doing the larger bowls. I think that really just makes the color stand out a little bit more, but overall really happy how this turned out. Not bad for not having done a project in a long time, but overall really happy with it. No real issues. Just getting into the garage and doing the work is the big thing. So you can kind of see the sparkle there. It's a little bright, saturated, so you don't really get a good aesthetic look, and that's what it looks like on the bottom. No pine board in there, so that's always a good thing. So hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys got something out of it. Like I said, I finished this in September of 2022. You guys are watching this in February of 2023, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Okay, so project is done, and a little bit bigger bowl on this one. So this one, man, I made this blank about a month ago, and now just barely have gotten around to getting it done. Work has just been crazy, obligations, basically just being an adult right now. So today is actually September 16th, 2022. You guys are watching this probably in February or March of 2023. So when you guys are seeing this, I have no idea where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing, but I like to post these videos obviously ahead because my crazy work schedule and certain obligations. But project went well. I haven't done a bowl in like 2-3 months almost, I want to say, or it feels like that. You ever just get to that point where every day kind of feels like the same? I couldn't tell you. It's been well over a month at least that I haven't done a bowl. So pretty good on this one. No problems getting used to the chisels. I don't know what the deal is with my speed on my lathe. It feels like it's sped up a lot more. But you can see that little hole in the bottom of it. Not a big fan of that particularly, but overall really good. Color didn't turn out the way I kind of wanted it to do, but I'm sure I went all over that in the commentary. But hey, not bad. Haven't been in my workshop in almost 2 months, so really happy with it. Haven't done a bowl. I did like a table. I don't even know where I'm gonna post that one, but overall, hope you liked it. Hope you got something out of it. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so couldn't fall asleep. Decided to do something productive, so here's this little guy. So hope you liked it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like it. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.